Hey guys, welcome to Photography Talk episode number 3. A lot has happened this week, so let's get this party going. Now before we get going, if you've not currently subscribed to the channel, please take a moment and hit the subscribe button down below. To get things going, Nikon has announced the Z50. Nikon has expanded their Z series offering to include the all-new crop sensor Z50. The DX format camera is smaller, lighter, and less expensive than the Z6 and the Z7 and is an entry-level option that Nikon undoubtedly hopes will lure more beginner and enthusiast photographers to embrace the Nikon mirrorless camera system. It's got a 20.8 megapixel sensor paired with the Expeed 6-image processor. It boasts a native ISO up to 51,200 up to 11 frames per second continuous shooting, 4K video, a 209-point hybrid autofocus system with eye detection autofocus, and a 3.2-inch flip down, yes, I said flip down, touch screen LCD. It looks like a legit little camera, although the flip down screen seems like an issue. Now, won't the tripod be in the way if you're seeing it, or GorillaPod or whatever the hell you're using? Actually, it seems like the only way you're going to be able to use it is if you're actually holding it out in front of you with your hands, unless somebody comes up with some bracket of some sort. But anyway, Nikon has also unveiled 2 DX lenses to go with the Z50, a 16 to 50 millimeter 3.5 to 6.3 VR for $300, and a 50 to 250 millimeter 4.5 to 6.3 VR for $350. Now the Z50 is priced at $860 for the body only, will hit the stores next month. Also last week, a photographer named Kim Durham was enjoying tons of publicity after her Grinch-themed photo shoot went viral. The good PR ended as the photographer was issued a cease and desist letter from Dr. Seuss Enterprises. Durham's photos of screaming and crying children photographed with the Grinch seem to have gone viral worldwide because they were cute, unique, and really funny. However, Dr. Seuss Enterprises didn't think they were cute at all and instructed her to stop using the Grinch immediately because they saw it as a violation of their intellectual property rights. Additionally, she was instructed to remove and destroy any and all promotional material and photographs for the Grinch photo shoot, whether print or digital, that incorporated the Dr. Seuss intellectual property or similar variations thereof. Other photographers that have been doing the Grinch-themed photo shoots have gotten the same letters as well. Now, what do you think? Should photographers be able to use characters like this in shoots, or is Dr. Seuss Enterprises within their rights to tell them to stop? Shifting forward, I was fortunate to get my hands on a pre-production unit of the Litra portable RGB WW light, and I have to say that first impressions are that this thing is truly, guys, this thing's badass. I've used the Litra Pro and the Litra Torch 2.0 in the studio and in the field, and the performance has been nothing short of incredible. So I shouldn't be surprised that the Litra Studio is equally as awesome. Now here are a few specs. You're talking about something that has over 1 million unique colors, fully tunable, flicker-free at all shutter angles, as a 97 CRI and TLCI, smooth even light with no hotspots, up to 3,000 lumens of continuous light, and also 6,000 lumens on flash. It weighs about 33.5 ounces, and guys, that includes the light fixture, the display, the mount, and the internal battery. The thing measures about 5.5 to 3.9 to 2.9 inches, which makes this thing, look, as you can see, it's super portable. Litra really knows how to make a light. They're extremely versatile, and with the Litra Studio, they've raised the bar for sure. Many photographers like myself have been asking Litra to make something bigger for studio work, and they definitely delivered with this beast. Good job, guys. To jump over to Canon land, rumors are getting more and more specific about the upcoming Canon EOS 1DX Mark III. Now, earlier this week, Canon Watch reported that the camera will feature, now get this, a 28.1 megapixel full-frame CMOS sensor, up to 30 frames per second still shooting, dual digit 9 IBIS, new and larger rear LCD, cropped 6K video. If the dual digit 9 processor actually happens, it would be the first time that the EOS 1D has a brand new processor. And with 2 of them, that incredible 30 frames per second speed is certainly likely. Now likewise, the rumor has it that the new and larger LCD is also much brighter. But the big news is that the inclusion of the IBIS. It's not as important for this camera because most people that buy it will have stabilized lenses already. Instead, it's important because the IBIS would then come to Canon's mirrorless cameras in the near future, hopefully. The expectation is that the 1DX Mark III will be announced this coming February. It would then likely go on sale sometime in late first quarter of 2020. Next, we have the new iPhone app that lets you record on the front and also the back cameras simultaneously. Apple's iOS 13 has a handy feature that allows you to record video using the front and also the rear camera at the same time. The iPhone's camera doesn't natively support this feature yet, but there's a new camera app called Duet Cam that takes advantage of this new feature. The app only works with most recent iPhone models such as the XR, the XS, the XS Max, the 11, the 11 Pro, the 11 Pro Max. Man, there's a lot of them. If you have one of these phones, you can record with two cameras and the videos will save directly to your library. You can browse the videos that you create within the app and play or share them within the app as well. You can even share the videos as Instagram stories right from the app. Now, there are other apps that do the same thing, but Duet Cam seems to be the best combination of price, which is $2.99 in functionality. I downloaded the app the other day, played around with it, and I have to say, it's pretty fun. I see a lot of the vloggers, I see a lot of people that are going to be doing instructional videos really getting a kick out of this thing. Next, we have Microsoft is going to be making a phone again. I know what you're thinking. The Microsoft phone wasn't exactly a smashing success back in the day, but now Microsoft is getting back into the smartphone market, and this time it will be running Android. Now, it will be called Surface Duo. The device will have two 5.6-inch displays that expand to 8.3-inch device. It has a stylus too, but few other details other than it will run Google's Android were announced. It's actually one of two dual screen phones that Microsoft announced recently, the other being the larger Surface Neo, both of which seem to be set to debut right around the holidays of 2020. Jumping forward, the world's largest optical lens will be used to photograph the stars. Now, if you think your 70-200 lens is big and bulky, think again. The world's largest optical lens is 5.1 feet in diameter and will fit into the $168 million 3200 megapixel large synoptic survey telescope in Chile for the purpose of photographing southern skies. The telescope is currently under construction, so it will be a few years before this giant lens goes to work. But when it does, it will be joined by two smaller lenses that measure 3.9 feet and 2.36 feet in diameter. The plan is to have the 27.5 foot long telescope to take photos of the entire southern sky for the next decade. The thought is that this rig will be able to see somewhere around 20 billion galaxies. Yes, that's billion with a B, which will help scientists better understand the dark matter that comprises much of the universe. The images created by this telescope will be beyond ultra-high resolution. In fact, they'll be so resolute that it will take 1,500 high-definition screens just to show a single picture. When you think about it, that's some serious image quality. Stock photography giant Shutterstock has unveiled a new background removal tool in its Shutterstock online image editor. The new feature came about because so many people were searching Shutterstock for images with no background or transparent background. So to oblige, the company created the background removal tool so you can extract the subject from the image after you license the photo. In a statement, Shutterstock said this highly requested tool enables small business owners, marketers, and other content creators to quickly edit and design creative content without needing prior design education or clunky software. Now users can design this content with ease just in time for the holidays. Cool! Best of all, the editor is available not just for the nearly 300 million images on Shutterstock, but you can also upload your own photos and run it through the editor to remove the background. Last, we have Canon has made 100 million EOS cameras. The first Canon EOS camera was the EOS 650, which was released way back in 1987. Man, do you remember what you were doing in 1987? No. I don't. Since then, Canon has expanded the EOS line from film to digital, DSLR to mirrorless, with entry-level cameras like the Rebel line, high-end DSLRs like the 5D series, and the new EOS R mirrorless cameras. It's no wonder that Canon has achieved production of an astonishing 100 million of these things. The milestone was passed on September 20th, with the 100 millionth camera was a EOS R. It's fitting that the 100 millionth EOS camera was the EOS R, since the future of cameras seems to be in the mirrorless side. I've been a Nikon guy forever, but congrats to Canon for such a high achievement. Well, there you go, folks, your photography talk for the weeks. If you like this video, hit the like button down below. If you are currently not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. And while you're at it, hit the bell to be notified as we come out with new videos. So my friend, you get out there and take your best shot. We'll see you next week.